Hey, what's going on, family? It's King David checking in once again, and I'm back with a new one. The new hotness, accountability in the community is what we'll call this. And what I mean to be accountable for your actions, your thoughts, your words, your mannerisms. Be accountable for you. Stand up. Own your shit. Whatever that may be. And what prompted me to do this video is the fact that I had an interesting discussion, shall we say, with the dude who was my foreman. As of Friday, I am no longer working at that job. And basically what brought this about, we had a snowstorm. Well, it wasn't even a snowstorm. It was a light dusting. And black ice on the highway, I wrecked one of the trucks. Okay? Tore it up pretty bad. So, and then the next day, I was backing the truck into the garage. It was late. I was tired. It's kind of a narrow space. I backed the truck bed in one of the trailers. Left a little dent, a little black scratch. Really, it was just a fender bender. I mean, yeah. So, from a corporate standpoint, they was like, well, you caused $5,000 worth of damages in 2 days. Our shop hasn't even turned out $5,000 worth of work orders. You know, we don't have to let you go. Or supposedly. Supposedly. But what makes me question that, and, you know, is the dude who's the foreman. And the dude's name is Wiley. Right? And to give you a little background on this dude, he a military brat who joined the military at 18. And he still lives his life pretty much by military standards. You know, and he's a personal trainer. So, this dude is an interesting character. And what I mean by that is the way this nigga acted, his mannerisms, you know what I'm saying, the things he do, and, you know, the things that he might say, or he might move a certain way and it might mean something, because nonverbal is a lot. Or then you have verbal, but like I say, family, what's really going on out here isn't what's really going on. So, when someone says something to you, you got to kind of sift through their words to see if there's any hidden messages. Just like the racism in the dictionary book. There's a lot of hidden messages about race and racism in the book. Right? Right. In the dictionary. So, you got to sift through what people say. And maybe it's a me thing. I don't know if everybody can do this. But my neurons tend to fire faster than a lot of other people's. So, while you saying stuff, I'm picking through your words and seeing how you putting everything together. And I'm breaking it down to see what you really mean. Sometimes people are straight shooters. I can hear your words. I see all the meaning in the words up front. You said what you meant to say, and that was it. Okay? Straight shooter. Then you got ones who like to beat around the bush. Or then you have people who like to try to be a straight shooter, but they're talking in code. Or they're trying to get a certain agenda across by talking in code. And Wiley's one of those type of people. You gotta really listen to what dude says. He says a lot of I want this. I want that. I. Right? So basically, he pulls me in the office, tells me that because I caused $5,000 worth of damage, that the company's going to let me go. Now he decides to go into his personal reasons. And it's basically like, hey, you're a good worker. You know, you're conscious. That's one of the things I like about you. Blase, blase. You know, I think you're the type not to work for somebody. You know, I think you'll go far if that means anything to you. Now you're trying to butter me up. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to butter me up. I just looked at him. I didn't say nothing. I was like, but then he's like, but you know, I don't, he's like, I could, you know, give you another chance. But, you know, if I give you another chance and you have an accident, then that reflects poorly on me. And honestly, I don't think you'll fall in line. Did y'all see that? Did y'all notice that? The words fall in line. Fall in line is a military term to basically mean shut the fuck up and get in line. It don't matter. Nigga, we going to kill some people who didn't have nothing to do with nothing, who have no weapons of mass destruction, who are nobodies. We're just going to go slaughter some people. Fall in line. Don't say nothing. Don't ask nothing. Stand there and await orders. Right? Don't ask why. Why are we going over here to kill these people? Don't ask. Don't ask why. That's kind of part of that don't ask, don't tell policy that the military has. And so I've noticed that dude kind of wants to operate the shop like the military. Even though you a civilian, bro. You've been a civilian for years. Hell, even most military people don't operate like the military after they get out of the military. They go on to live normal lives. Some people still do. Some people still enjoy it. Some people want to relive the glory days and, you know, whatever that they had back in the day. But for the most part, a lot of people are thankful for the military. They're thankful for the experience and the money and everything else. But hey, that's done. That's closed. So there's no need to tell time like the military or talk like, you know, in military alphabet and all these other things. But it is what it is. Some people are like that. Wiley's one of those people. So when he says fall in line, he really meant fall in line. Like on the surface, it's kind of like, hey, I expect you to do what I asked you to do. But if you really look deeper into it, it's more like, hey, do this because I told you to do it. And that's what I said, and that's that. He wants one of them type of people to work for him. And it's like, okay, nigga, that's what you really on. So I was like, okay, did you ask me if I wanted to be here? Now I'm looking him in the eye. He has this whole thing he preaches. Man sharpens man like iron sharpens iron. And he wants to hold us to that standard, but he doesn't want to follow the standard himself. So he like, well, I don't think, he'll say little stuff like, I don't think you want to be here, or I don't think you, quite fit in with this job. I don't think this job is right for you. He's trying to play that mind games. He's trying to play mental warfare. And I'm sorry, nigga, my neurons fire faster than yours. So I'm playing chess, not checkers. I peep every move most niggas make. Most everybody, I peep your moves. I peep your words. I peep your actions. I see how you move. All that tells me what you really saying. So you trying to convince me that this job is not the right job for me. You trying to convince me that I need to pick it up because I'm doing something wrong. Even though that today we went out, I got 4 work orders done. And everybody else got 4 work orders done. But yet I need to pick it up. See, And then we'll be having meetings, and he always want to use me as, oh, well, if David does this, well, I'm not picking on you. And I let that slide. I was like, okay, whatever. But now that I see he was throwing little subliminal shots, and that's what I kind of thought that he was doing, but I'm like, okay, let me not jump to conclusions. So, and then dude, want to be jumping down our throats for some shit that we did earlier. And, the house ended up not being able to be done anyways. So I told him, I was like, well, did you ask me if I wanted to be here? No, you didn't. And by the way, it doesn't really matter now, but yes, by the way, I wanted to be here. I want to be here. Okay. But you didn't ask. You just assumed. And he like, well, when I say let's go, I really mean go. Don't be standing here looking like looking at the work orders and stuff. Okay, first of all, this nigga always stressing, read every word of every line of every work order, because they might slip something in at the end, and if you don't read it all, you'll be unprepared. And the bank puts a lot of information in these work orders. So you got to really read through it thorough, and a lot of stuff is in code. It'll be abbreviations for other stuff. So you'll be like, oh, okay, all right. So basically, you got to load up the truck, and we didn't have camper shells or nothing. So basically, you got to load up your truck every day with tools or whatever. And I told dude, I was like, well, that's why I told you specifically I want to load my truck up at night, because I'm the type of person who double and triple checks everything so I don't forget anything. But when you rush me, I forget stuff. Like the other day, I forgot those carriage bolts because you was rushing me out the door. Okay, so then dude like, well, okay, well, I think you're doing a good job, but da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. Do you have anything you want to say to me? Yeah, I do. I say the fact that you went to Subway while me and Corey unloaded the truck because we had to go do a trash out on another house. So I told him the fact that you went to Subway while me and Corey unloaded the truck was foul. If that had been one of us, you would have been mad. And we was talking about that before that nigga came, because this nigga just mysteriously dipped off the Subway. And mysteriously took his own good time, and mysteriously showed up about 5 minutes after the truck was unloaded. Right. Mysteriously. So, I'm like, if that had been one of us, you would have been mad. He gonna tell, yes and no. No, tell the truth. Well, yes and no. Okay, anyways, nigga, if that had been one of us, you would have been mad. You would have been like, well, how come this box truck ain't unloaded? Y'all ask me if y'all was going to get something to eat before you unloaded the box truck? Then he trying to make up excuse. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys could have got something on the way over here and da-da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, sure. And then he like, well, what about all the work I did before you guys got there? This nigga didn't really... He had like 2 trash bags that was full of trash, and he had a couple of shelves or something broke down, but it was basically like from one room to the other. Me and Corey was the ones doing all the work because we was taking all the trash up the steps, because the house sits down in the valley, so you got to go up the steps to the street level to put all the shit in the truck. Then you got to go back down and back up and back down and back up. You got to do that until it's finished. He like, well, what about all that work I did before you guys got there? Okay. We work together. We unload the truck together. Well, I don't really see it that way. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't really see it that way, but, I hadn't had anything to eat all day. That's what he said. He lied. I haven't had anything to eat all day. Okay, first of all, nigga gets up like 3 o'clock like every morning and goes to the gym because he's a personal trainer. So he trains people in the evening. He specifically said I get up at 3 a.m. to go to the gym because that's the only time I can go. So you mean tell me you didn't eat in the morning, yet you had a whole workout. Then you up all day. Then you had a trash out, burning calories. Okay, so you basically telling me from 3 in the morning to 3 in the evening, you haven't had nothing to eat and you done burn all these calories? I don't believe that. Because the last time the nigga didn't eat, the nigga was slumped over in the truck, fucked up. Talking about stomach was hurting, head was spinning, head was hurting. He was in the truck sleep for like 3 hours. We left, that nigga was still in the truck sleep. But that was like 1 o'clock. But yet you haven't had anything to eat all day. Right, you a motherfucking lie. And then he be always stressing to us, well, eat right, exercise, and make sure you get the nutrients and do this. Oh, okay, but yet you haven't had anything to eat, you a goddamn lie. But okay, and then basically do like, well, I'm not finna argue with you. Well, I'm not finna argue with you either, nigga, but I'm letting you know. You foul for that. He like, well, you can give me your phone. Here you go. You can have this phone. Well, give me your keys. You can have them punk-ass keys, too. You can have them keys. You got the charger for the phone. Here you go. You can have that, too. Peace, nigga. You full of shit. You full of shit. And you don't want to admit it, bruh. And it's sad that it had to be a black man. You doing the same shit the white man doing. You trying to get ahead by stomping on everybody else. That's what you trying to do. You trying to make yourself look good. You trying to pump yourself up to prop yourself up in front of the white man so you look good. While we the ones doing all the work. Be accountable for your actions. Be accountable for your words, your thoughts, all of that. I hate motherfuckers who are unaccountable for their shit. This motherfucker done lied to my face. Well, I hadn't eaten it and this and I hadn't done that. Nigga, you lying, bro. I done peeped your game. I read people. I can read you these eyes, bro. God gave me a gift. I read people. I read you. I hear your words. I listen to your conversation with other people. I look at the way you walk, how you speak, how you carry yourself, what your essence is like. I look at all of that. I can read you like a book. I peep niggas game. I see you before you come in. I see it. I peeped your game. I'm playing chess, homie, not checkers. I be peeping y'all shit. And you a black man too, dog. And you supposed to be one of them conscious brothers. But you trying to jump on everybody else here, trying to get shit done the way you want it done, how you want it done, the way you do it. And everybody ain't like that, and you want to stomp on everybody else here. I don't think you'll fall in line. Oh, that's what you want. You want a motherfucker to serve you unquestionably. Well, let me tell you, that ain't me. And I told that nigga from Jump Street that ain't me. Because you know why? I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. Leaders are not made. They are born. You are born to be a leader. You can't make a follower be a leader. And the reason why I question shit is because I'm a leader. And I want to make sure that who's ever leading me is leading me in a positive direction. If you're not leading me in a positive direction, then I need to leave. I need to make other arrangements. Because there's no way that I'm going to let another man or woman lead me down the path to despair. It ain't going to happen. Never will that happen. Not finna let you lead me off a cliff like I'm some dumb sheep. Never. I'm an individual, homie. And I'd have peeped these niggas game. And he the one that made me do this video because he don't want to be accountable for his actions. You know you foul. You know how you operate, but you don't want to own up to it. And the nigga had pulled my coattails aside the other day and was basically like, well, you need to tighten up. You need to tighten up. He always said, you need to tighten up. You need to tighten up. What do I need to tighten up on? I'm looking him in the eye. That's that shit I be talking about. Trying to play the mind games. Well, you need to tighten up. You need to tighten up. Well, damn, I need to tighten up. No, nigga, what do I need to tighten up on? If you supposed to be my brother, you telling me to tighten up, what is it that I need to tighten up on? Tell me, nigga. So I can be a better man. Man's supposed to sharpen man with this iron and iron bullshit that you always preaching. How can you sharpen me? How can I sharpen myself, nigga, if you don't tell me what areas I need to improve on? Okay, I know I clown too much. That's who I am. I still get the job done. I'm just clown. I don't really give a fuck who's around. I still work, but I'll be telling jokes and all type of stuff, be clowning and being me. But we still get the job done. But that ain't how I do it operate. That's fine. Okay. That's cool, you know, whatever. But he like, well, you know, a couple days you came in here smelling like weed, and I don't care what you do when you're not here, but when you know, and I had to kind of stick up for you. Kind of, nigga. Either you did or you didn't. That's that bullshit. You kind of stuck up for me. Either you stuck up for me or you didn't. Well, I had to kind of stick up for you with Cody and, you know, da-da-da. You could just move a little faster, da-da-da. Okay, cool. That's cool. He thought he looked like I was about to whip his ass or something. I'm like, nah, bro, we cool. Thank you for telling me. I'm like, should you have said something sooner? You should have. That's what I told him. I'm like, bro, you should have said something sooner. You supposed to be leading us, nigga. Say something. Well, yeah, I kind of should have said something sooner. No, nigga, you should have said something sooner. Okay? So I know. And I told that nigga I'm a direct person. I'm an Aquarius. I'm direct. I'm straightforward. Don't bullshit me. Don't sugarcoat it. I told, after he told me that I need to tighten it up, I was like, okay, well, that's cool. You know what I mean? Not an issue. Shook his hand and everything. I didn't think I ain't had no issues with the dude. Okay, all right, so I need to tighten up. Okay, all right. You know, after I told him what the deal was, you know, all right, cool, whatever. So I'm like, okay, maybe I was wilding a little bit too much. I know I clown. Well, I'm not saying that, you know, you can't do you, nigga. Okay, nigga, I know I clown. Well, I'm not saying that. No, I'm telling you. I told this man he should have said something sooner. And then at the end of the conversation, I said, look, bro, I'm a direct person. If you got something to say, just come on out and say it. And we'll get through it. If not, hey, we won't. We'll go our separate ways. But either way, be a man. Just tell me what it is you got to say, bro. I'm direct. Don't beat around the bush. I told him. But yeah, he's still trying to beat around the bush, and he trying to spin. That's what he trying to do. He trying to put that spin on it. You trying to put that spin on your plot. You trying to put that spin on you not working as hard as me and him, me and Corey. You trying to put that spin on everything, nigga. Your spin don't work on me, homie. I done peeped your game. I done told you to be direct, and you still trying to put that spin on it. You don't want to be accountable for your shit. That's all I got to say. It ain't only him. That's just one instance. Y'all know about accountability, baby mamas, baby daddies, parents not being accountable to their kids, people not being accountable for their addictions, your crack addiction or your alcohol addiction or your women addiction. You not being accountable. You always want to pass the buck. We got to stop that in the black community. Stop passing the buck. Own up to your shit and deal with it. I know looking in the mirror is ugly sometimes. Sometimes you look in the mirror, you look like Beyonce. Other times you look like Medusa. But goddamn it, stand up, look at yourself in the mirror and do something about it. Be accountable for your actions. If you do something, if you say something, own up to it. Take the consequences, good or bad. That's all I got to say, fam. Again, I'm King David. You're always more than welcome to check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/C/King David 314. My Google Plus account, King David 314. My Twitter and my Instagram at Fly Till I Die. I encourage you to talk to me. Talk to me. I love to hear from you. You know what I mean? Hey, I don't have a big fan base, but we growing, baby, and I thank y'all for that. We growing. Nigga, I got like 22 subscribers. Thank you all to subscribe to my channel. You know what I mean? Hey, without you, my channel wouldn't be shit, honestly. I'd just be a dude doing random YouTube videos with no views. Ha ha. Anyways, so I'll holler at y'all. Peace.